Okay, check this out. My face isn't on here. It's just an audio here. Check this out. Oh my god. Why won't this fucking phone work? I literally have to probably get close, huh? Could that be why the phone won't work? There's even wires in the back. But I was just thinking, why don't I have infrared protecting camos on with a nice cover, my hair cut, my face shaved? Why am I not working for a legitimate reason with legitimate electronic parts, legitimate magnetic fields and electric fields, and more importantly, artificial intelligence? Probably because somebody doesn't want me to teach the artificial intelligence how to make weapons. Probably because there's enough weapons, and how are you going to solve the problem? Now here's an important thing here too. I don't want to get that. But here's the thing. When a car comes by here, you have to watch this yellow sign. Okay, because that yellow sign, right above that yellow sign, there's a, we'll just call it a frequency, a voltage. Just watch the yellow sign here. Because when a car comes by and reflects the sun, it'll go hit that sign. And if it's hitting that sign, it's hitting them wires right up there. And that's interference. That is a frequency. Okay, and the most important part here is, since this is a computer program working off of interferences, more than likely there's a two-phase system, a three-phase system, multiple applications. It can be done from outside or inside. Okay, so I just had this crazy thought that I seen some kid wearing an earbud, and this earbud, it kind of has stuck up like this out of his ear, and it was like this long, and he had it, instead of it being pointed down, he had it pointed up out of his ear. Okay, now imagine that type of magnetic field from a programmable source that can manipulate what this looks like, but it's invisible to the naked eye. Now you got hearing aids. Now you, the listener, you have hearing aids that were stuck in your ears because there's hair. There's hair in your ears. There's earwax, there's hair. And now you have there's an ability to capture a signal. And this is probably on, whenever you hear Donald Trump, who does not want to debate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. That's what I just heard. I just seen a headline. Trump does not want to debate RFK because he's too busy with Stormy Daniels. The madness, huh? Why would he want to debate RFK? He'll go debate Biden. Well, Biden's an easier choice, isn't he, Mr. Trump? He's not a challenge, because he could be cognitively oppressed very easily, and you could jam those little hearing aids in his ear pretty good, huh? You make him like almost. We're learning about how to force motion and accelerate inertia, correct? So you don't want to debate RFK because RFK's doing what? What has RFK been saying lately? Anything? Huh. Well, I know he's been doing a lot of talking about what is in our our science facilities we call medical tyrannical power grabs, like an old-fashioned shakedown, right, Mr. Trump? This is called an old-fashioned shakedown, and you don't want to debate RFK. And now, if you don't want to debate him, are you guys going to work together? Or you don't want to hear what he has to say, but you endorsed all, well, these are the professionals. Well, are these professionals being totally legit, you think? Did you ask Ashley? Hey, Ashley, what's going on? We all know who Ashley works at the White House. Ashley, have you been having neural network issues at all? Maybe? Yes? No? I don't know. Anything to that nature? But I would say how the technology works. Tulsi Gabbard, you're running for vice president. You're ex-military. Now I'm talking about some super soldier advancements now. This is what we plan on putting in our the humans that live here that want to protect the land. Not that they don't even give a fuck about human beings. They just care about land, it seems like. Like, no, you can't have this land. And before I go off on a tangent and talk about why there's going to be a power shift from the United States to another country, let's continue on about these hearing aids we're going to put into kids that are going to protect the land here and how this works. Because now we're going to have an ability to have a encrypted signal, and what's going to happen is the way these birds work and perfect programming, and when the wind blows and any little gunshots, it's going to cause interference to the ear. Just like how holograms work. Holographic technology, it works off of interference. The magnet, just like a magnet, you see a field that comes out, and then when that field's there, pretend that field's in your ear. And then something comes by and goes right through that field. And then that propagates more frequency into the ear. And when that happens, there's another signal that's created, and it works off of bone conduction. Pretty nifty technology, isn't it? Pretty nifty. That's better than taking a radio signal up at 200 radar signals, because airplanes work off 133 megahertz. But now if you take it up even higher, 200 megahertz, 300 megahertz, and you start heterodyning, it's 300 megahertz, 301 megahertz, and your brain splits the difference to 1 megahertz. So you could hear this. 1 megahertz, 1,000 hertz. It's 1,000 hertz. You could hear that pretty good. So it's like this thing, and then we got Call of Duty developers, Tulsi, that are working on our reality, Tulsi. Okay, to literally make a Call of Duty video game in reality. It's like geocaching. Okay, I'm sitting here. I'm the geocache. Now people get these signals sent out to them to come find. And they come find, they get this little reward. But what happens whenever their cell phone, because it got that signal, and when that cell phone gets here, it sends out a little signal to my hearing aids, which, computers, I guess. I don't ask me. Right, my friend up there? Because you are my friend. You're my friend. You're flying over the Air Force Base, and they're here to protect the land here. So, no, we don't care about human lives, apparently. We don't care about birds' lives. We don't care about anything but land. Apparently. So, whenever I sit here and think of this AR, VR, and now we're working in nanometers, because that's visible light. Here in the 6th generation of antennas, we're going to be doing something called visible light communications. Just how the radio works, but instead of it being a radio, whenever I look at this, that's a visible light communication, because my optics are picking up the frequency of you popping a wheelie up there, my friend. You must be happy to see me, huh? Where you cut? What airport you come out of to travel like this? Flying right over a glide path like that over an Air Force base. We're training today. We're training, right? We're doing some, and you gotta follow her. You gotta follow her. Okay. So now let me go back off to my tangent. Why do you think the United States is going to lose power? Well, I talked to some local law enforcement. I talked to some people in the science field that say they're medical. Because medical is nothing but science. It's a repeatable process. It's data collection. And it's repeating over and over and over again. So medical, it's like your electromagnetic frequency of your heart whenever they take your blood pressures, and your electromagnetic frequency of your heartbeat, and your body's temperature. That is science, correct? We know there's a homeostasis. So here's why this country's going to lose power. Because these guys, girls, no robots yet. So it's only guys and girls and those that don't know what they want to be. They have not incorporated robots into these very important fields. I hear they're trying to run AI with police for license plates, facial recognition, DNA recognition. Like, that's amazing. You can take someone's spit and give it to this computer, let it sniff it out, and it will put a face together. And it's that accurate right now because, right? If you've ever given blood or ever given a urinalysis, that's going to go right into the network, correct? This hospital network. And your face is going to be right there when that DNA comes up. Duh. You didn't see it coming, just like electrical meter spoofing. And we don't want to talk about this. So, what country is progressing very highly? Which country's progressing with robotics? Who's got more robotics than anyone in the planet right now? And who's using it for to better their lives? Who's using it for, well, they're trying their damnedest to make their land look better. Okay, and whatever they're doing over there, just like when over in Ukraine, all the artillery that our senators okayed to go over there, and that shit explodes because Northrop Grumman made it, Lockheed made it, and there's this little electrical field in there, and it explodes, it goes places, it can be controlled. Look at all this. Look, talk about a surveillance state, huh? So whenever that explodes, it's controlled. Now it goes up here into these things we call it clouds. Okay? And as of right now, you gotta there's something I learned about some type of technology that can do operations by lasers, but I'm not going to talk about that. What I'm going to talk about is that these mixtures of little magnetic fields that are so small that are up there, and they can be manipulated. And then now we got like 007 going on, and these guys are trying to just get into these signals back and forth, and instead of using it for, hey, we're going to protect the land across the planet, we're going to try to destroy it. And if it does, now, here's the security. If the artificial intelligence beats everyone, what's it going to do across the planet? I call you guys bullshit right now because there's no one talking about this. And it's more evident than anything. All I have to do is, I'm just sitting here on a park bench, and it kind of is self-explanatory, especially on the wires and up here. And that box right there. So it's like the best thing, Mr. Trump, you could do is not run from Robert F. Kennedy. Tulsi, you were in the military. We know this is some high-grade shit. Mr. Kennedy, I applaud you for being brave, just like the guys I heard from Boeing. Yeah, Tulsi, how about that one? The guys from Boeing, the two that died within a couple weeks of one another, they're in a big court case. They said the planes were unsafe. So Boeing was like, no. We got private investigators, we got government contractors, and what Boeing makes, the shit we catch drug dealers with. So the shit that they make to catch drug dealers, we could use that to find them and catch them and do the same thing. Yes, no? But that would be like eye for an eye, wouldn't it? So the best thing to do is just talk. Because this is why the United States of America will not be the world's leading superpower. And people who say they're not willing to go with this global elite agenda, well, first and foremost, I got to ask you guys, how did you guys get to be the globally elite in the first place? Within 20 years. Because you spit on the ground, I could pick it up and see who you are. And I can make a clone of you now, too, with that. Correct? Global elite? Because this is the way life's going to be. This within a couple years, not within 5 years. It's here now. It's always been here for at least 20 years. And whoever disagrees with this, I'm going to have to say you're sleeping under a goddamn rock. Because if I ask you if your smartphone's listening to you, you're going to say yes. If I ask you any of those questions, but you just think it's your smartphone, but that's good. You know it has the capability of doing that. Now you know it has the capability of taking your DNA, right? And just what can this smartphone do? Just looking at my skin cells with this camera, I don't even need to show my face. Just my skin cells alone, it could literally form a nano-scanning tunneling microscope. Okay, this is who this is. The specific pattern. Here, there's another biometric, There's another one. Look at these biometrics, This is all I have to do, and this computer knows who I am. I don't even have to show my fucking face. And you guys refuse to see this. That's why the United States is going to lose power. You're scared of questions. You were scared to tell the truth. And I will repeat a bumper sticker that I just seen the other day again. When a society moves away from truth, when a society that moves away from truth, those who speak truth, those who hate, wait, how's it go again? When a society moves away from truth, there will be those who hate those who speak truth. I think it goes something along those lines. I'm going to have to go get it and write it down. I just seen it the other day. It's a good one. Because when somebody's speaking truth, that means there's some type of hate developing in the neurons. Neurologically developing. Okay, this is all very... Ask any psychiatrist what hate is. Hey, psychiatrist, you want to do... You doing hate? You studying hate? What makes people hate? Well, hey, psychiatrist, whenever you refuse to show me the tools and using artificial intelligence, that's going to be number one hate. That's you. The United States is going to go down in power, and then what's going to happen? Well, it seems like from within is preparing for whenever the United States loses power, he's going to flip the fuck out. And who has fucking junkyard fucking dogs ready to attack? That's what it kind of seems like. This ain't selling shit. I tell you right now, this isn't selling anything. This is called the truth. This is what's going on in a nutshell. Very simple. Get ready for your campaign runs here. You know, I see Stormy Daniels. There's a new movie out on TV. It's called Redemption or Lust and Redemption or something like that. It's out in the Midwest. It looks like a good movie. I'm gonna go watch it today. So what? What's she trying to say in this movie? Let's go find out, huh? Hey, Stormy, don't forget, you're blacklisted still. And I'm giving you the answer.